Hello and welcome to Wellbeing Café. My name is Julia, and thank you so much for joining for day 10 of our month-long flow journey.
This is flow as in our life movement model, standing for learn, integrate, flow, and explore. Our flow journey moves fluidly through intermediate poses and transitions, working towards more advanced positions while leaving more space through less anatomical cueing.
Today's class is focused on recovery, one of the 5 pillars in our balanced body journey. Every recovery practice is about finding what feels good in your body, while creating a deeper level of mind-body connection. These classes move slowly through long-held recovery poses, creating time for introspection, centered around balance in your unique body. Like with every practice, listen to your body, readjust poses, and make these classes what your body needs today. And in today's recovery practice, we'll focus on the chest, shoulders, back, and hips. You may want to have a strap and a pillow or block for today's practice, but as always, the props are completely optional. We'll begin today on the belly. Rest your forehead on top of your hands and allow the knees to roll in. Take a moment to ground down and arrive in this present moment. Leave the tasks of the day behind and just be here. Full breath in all together. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your hips side to side. Feel free to windshield wiper the legs left and right. And then send the legs out long. Bring your hands out in line with the shoulders. Come up to the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, lower the chest down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, this time dip the right shoulder down, gaze to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder down, gaze to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower the chest down. Take a few more rounds of any variation at your own pace. Finish your final round, and we'll meet with the forehead on the tops of the hands. Shift the hips side to side as you arrive to release tension from the lower back. We have 2 options for our next pose. You can either come into puppy pose to open up through the shoulders a bit more, or you can come into Sphinx pose to focus more on the middle to lower back. If you'd like to come into Sphinx, gently lift your chest, bring the elbows closer to your body. An option to keep the hands at a diagonal here, or to bring them parallel with palms flat on the ground. Actively pull the forearms towards your body as you push the chest forward. The gaze can fall towards the top of the mat. If you feel any pinching in the lower back, then bring the legs slightly wider. And if you'd like to come into puppy pose instead, then we'll begin on the belly. Lift up and back into child's pose. And from here, slowly walk your hands forward and lift your hips up towards the sky. You can also walk the knees back as well. Lower the chest down. Press into the palms, press into the shins. Forehead rests on the ground. Settle into whichever space you have chosen, knowing that it's always an option to switch to the other pose if you would like. A few more deep breaths in the pose of your choice. If you're in Sphinx pose, deep breath in. Exhale, flare the elbows out, lower down to the belly. Shift the hips side to side. And slowly transition into child's pose. From puppy pose, slowly walk the hands and hips back until you are in child's pose once again. Deep breath in child's pose. Exhale, slide forward onto the belly. Bring your right arm out to the side in line with the shoulder, an option to keep it straight or to bend it into a cactus. Left hand comes to the ground as left knee bends. Inhale. Exhale, roll onto the right side body. The left toes can land on the ground if you'd like, or you can straighten the leg out towards the bottom of the mat. And if you do have a block, it may feel nice to bring the block underneath your head for a little support in your neck. The right arm can come into any variation. You can stay by the chest, come into a half vine, or reach the arm overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll onto your belly, nice and slow. Tap out the right fingertips. Windshield wiper the legs. As you're ready, send the legs out long and bring your left arm out to the side. An option to straighten the arm completely or to bend it at 90 degrees. Bend through the right knee, right fingertips to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, roll onto the left side body. An option once again to rest your head on a block. Full breath in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Tap out the fingertips, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Straighten out the legs as you're ready and make your way into tabletop position. Bring your right knee slightly forward and cross the left knee behind the right. Bring space between the heels and lower the glutes to the ground. You can always bring a block or blanket or pillow underneath the hips here. From here, a few options. You can come into Gomukhasana arms by bringing the left hand to the center of the back, the right arm down and around, maybe bridging this gap with a strap. The second option would be to come into a closed wing variation by opening the arms up wide and then crossing the left arm underneath the right. Straighten the right arm out and bring your left forearm to the outside of your right bicep. In either of these arm variations, you can lower your chest down towards the knees, supporting with a block or pillow. as you need. I recommend taking the Gomukhasana variation if you would like to work on the internal and external rotation of your shoulders, and additionally get a stretch in your triceps. If you would like to focus more on stretching out the biceps and the space between the shoulder blades, then I recommend choosing the closed wing variation. Full breath in wherever you are. Exhale, slowly release. Circle out the wrists and the shoulders. And make your way back into tabletop position. Uncross your legs, shift the hips side to side. And as you're ready, bring the left knee slightly forward, cross the right knee behind the left. Make space between the heels as you slowly lower the glutes down. Flex through the toes to protect the knees. Once again, an option to either come into Gomukhasana arms with the right hand in between the shoulder blades and the left arm swinging all the way back and around, maybe using your strap to help you connect here. Or you can come into closed wing pose instead by opening the arms wide, crossing the right arm underneath the left, and sending the left arm out long as the right forearm comes to the left bicep. In both variations, you can fold over the knees to deepen into the hips. Full breath in. Exhale, slowly release the chest. Circle out through the wrists and the shoulders. Come forward into tabletop position once again and uncross your legs. Shift your hips side to side. Go through a few rounds of cat-cows if you'd like. Or draw a circle around the rib cage. Just take any gentle movements that feel good. And for our next pose, you may want to rotate to the long side of your mat or bring a blanket underneath the knees. If you have a pillow or a block, it can be really useful during this posture. From here, we'll walk the knees out as wide as you can. Flex through the toes and see if you can bring the ankles in line with the knees. From here, you can bring your bolster or pillow underneath your torso for support. It can be really a lot more comfortable with one there. And once you find a nice intensity, nothing painful, of course, just something that feels good in your body today, you can lower the elbows down to the ground or stay up high on the hands. Allow yourself to find a sense of relaxation in this pose, which might be crazy to say because this pose gets really intense. So if you feel that intensity, deepen the breath and send it to those areas, the hips, the inner thighs, wherever you are feeling the intensity. See if you can actively pull the hips back. It's okay if they're a bit forward. Press into the ankle and the shin. Deep breaths here. Full breath in. Exhale, slowly lift up to the hands if you've lowered down. And slowly walk the knees back towards center. Take as much time as you need, and we'll meet in tabletop position. Gently rock the hips side to side. Draw a circle with the tailbone backwards and all the way around. Or take any other intuitive movements that feel good in your body. As you're ready, slowly make your way down to your back. Hug your knees in and walk. Hug your knees in and rock side to side. Bring your feet down towards the wide edges of the mat. And windshield wiper the knees left and right, bringing the gaze over towards the opposite way as the knees come down. Feel free to stay in any places that feel really good in your body. And as you're ready, return to center. Allow your knees to fall in towards one another, to allow the lower back to relax fully. One hand to heart and one hand to belly. Gently close down the eyes or soften the gaze. As you inhale, fill up from the bottom of the belly all the way to the tops of the collarbones. And as you exhale, release from the collarbones all the way to the lower belly. Inhale to slowly fill up. Exhale to slowly release. Inhale, slowly fill up. Exhale, slowly release. Allow your breath to return to its natural resting state. During our visualization, know that there is nothing that you must see. Allow the images to come and go. Place yourself in a beautiful desert environment with rolling hills, mountains. Maybe the mountains are jagged. Maybe they're rounded. And there you are in the middle of this beautiful, peaceful environment with the sounds of birds all around you. Maybe you feel the gentle breeze against your skin. What plants do you see? Cactuses, shrubs, flowers. The sun begins to set, a beautiful display of colors, pinks, oranges, reds, yellows. Watch as your environment transforms into a scene of beautiful colors. I invite the question of what does beauty mean to you? And where do you experience beauty each and every day? Feel free to remain in this place or to release the visualization. For the next few moments, allow yourself to fully relax. Remain here for as long as you'd like. An option to pause the video to continue your stay. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.